And we are live from Vibes Restaurant on another Monday night here in Tuskegee, Alabama, getting set for the Aaron James Coaches Show. So glad that you could join us on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. And so glad to have our live audience here at Vibes Restaurant as they do each and every Monday night right here with us as we talk about Tuskegee University football. The Aaron James Coaches Show, and we are joined by the head coach of the Golden Tigers, head coach Aaron James. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It is a big weekend coming up for Tuskegee University. It is homecoming number 100 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Let's talk about this weekend that's ahead, then we'll get into the ball game that just transpired over the weekend.
Well, this weekend is important. It's homecoming. Like you say, it's centennial year, 100 years. And it just think about 100 years of homecomings and, the program and everything of that nature with the university as a whole. So it's important for us to come out and just enjoy the environment, but also have a W at the end of the game.
You played homecomings as a player for the Golden Tigers, and first year as a head coach last year, your first homecoming, but this one's certainly special because it's number 100. What's the mood going into a weekend like this, knowing that it's a big game on the schedule, but also a big game as it relates to history for Tuskegee football?
Just keeping the guys hunkered down and just let them know that the significance of the game and the importance of the game. And just, I know it's homecoming. There's going to be a lot of parties and, different things going on throughout the week. So we just got to make sure that we are, like I say, just not caught up in the hype. Just not caught up in the hype and just make sure that we're able to celebrate after homecoming, after the game. So that's my message this week, and hope everything just, going as a play.
We come into this weekend hoping that it was going to be, can we keep that winning streak alive with 6 and headed into possible 7, but got derailed on Saturday when we met the Panthers of Clark Atlanta up in Atlanta in a good football game for people watching it. The Panthers win it 36-28. Going into that ball game against the Panthers, we talked about it the week prior that we knew it was going to be a difficult challenge against them. But going into that contest, what were you thinking would be the keys for the Golden Tigers to come away with that win?
Well, like I spoke last week, we just needed to steal possessions. Just steal possession, steal time of possession, and then just keep the offense off the field. We didn't do that, and offensively, we was able to drive the ball up and down the field and put some points on the board, but we just on third downs on defensively, I think it was like 6 for 9. And it was just, that was the key for just keeping their offense off the field. And they got an explosive offense, which we knew coming into the ball game, but we just, it was just a couple of times in the game that we just couldn't get off the field.
In that ball game, or coming into it, we were looking for our 6th straight win of the season. Started the season at 0-3. And got to 5 wins in a row, and looking for number 6 against the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Disappointing finish on Saturday afternoon. But talk to me about this team taking it from that 0-3 start to actually running off 5 in a row and possibly winning the 6 against the Panthers of Clark Atlanta.
It was just resilience. The guys, they like you said, we started out 0-3 and just hit that adversity. We just had a team of just buying in, learning how to play with each other from the beginning. And just making sure that everything just stay about Tuskegee. That's it. And then just going out there playing ball. And once they got that first win, they taste their blood in their mouth. And we just went on a 5-win streak. And like you said, we just got derailed this past weekend trying to get that 6th win against Clark Atlanta, but it didn't happen. So we just got to get back to the drawing boards and just make sure that another week of adversity and just make sure that we come out victorious this weekend.
In that game, in addition to the 6-game win streak being on the line or possibly getting that 6th win on the season in a row, also some implications as it relates to standings in the SIAC with that pressure coming into that ball game, knowing it was perhaps not 100% a must-win situation for the Golden Tigers, but awfully close to that in terms of going into that contest against the Panthers.
Yeah, every win is a must-win. Every win is a must-win, and we knew the significance of everything going into the game, and like you say, it was a championship game for us, and all the emotions was there on both sides of the ball, and you can see it within the game. But like I said, we just couldn't get it done. It still hurts, but that game is behind me now, and we just moving forward to the next opponent.
We were talking about it before we hit the air tonight, that this ball game really started out the way that we wanted it to offensively. And we'll talk more about that one after the break as we unfold that first half of play and the excellent start for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. That's just ahead here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network, live on the Aaron James Coaches Show here from Vibes Restaurant.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes.
Everyone, I'm Scotteria Scott, a graduated senior animal science major hailing from Atlanta, Georgia, currently serving as the Executive SGA Elections Commissioner. As we celebrate homecoming, I want to take a moment to highlight an important event happening on November 5th, Voting Day. This year, our voices matter more than ever. Whether you're a first-time voter or someone who's voted before, let's make this homecoming memorable, not just by celebrating, but by standing up and making a difference. Vote on November 5th.
Back live inside Vibes Restaurant. To our left inside the restaurant, Willie Streeter. Big shout out to you, brother. Thanks for having us here again. And to the rest of the Vibes Restaurant team for such a great job of hosting us every Monday night. Coach, we talk about this football game against the Panthers of Clark Atlanta on Saturday. Offensively, we got the football first, and things just worked to perfection on that first drive. 15 plays, 68 yards. And you consumed over 8 minutes off the clock on that drive. I know that's exactly what you had hoped would happen in that first possession.
Yes, that was the game plan. Like I say, time of possession, keeping our offense off the field, and just making sure that we win first downs. Win first downs and get first downs, and then touchdowns would come after that. So we did that on our first drive, and like you said, we ate up 8 minutes of the clock. So and then after that, you see, it was
Desmond.
That's Desmond Leverett getting in the end zone after like a 3-yard run, so to capitalize off the 8-minute drive. So the guys came in with it on their mind, and it paid off on their first drive.
It was a drive that we were citing Vibe Restaurant's first downs throughout that 8-minute drive, and it just looked, everything seemed to be working just perfectly for us when we got that score to take that early lead. And I know the idea was not to be playing behind a team like Clark Atlanta, so the start was really good for the Golden Tigers.
Yes, it was. Like you say, not to play behind, and I think we sputtered on the second series, and we ended up getting a block in the back on the kickoff return and everything. So we was moving backwards on that second drive. So the momentum kind of flipped a little bit in that first half, and you can see what happens in the second half when we came back out.
Well, after that first touchdown by us, which didn't leave a lot of time on the clock,
Yes.
They got the football back and they drove it down the field to get their first score of the ball game. But they missed on the point after attempt, so we were still leading.
Yes.
But then their next two possessions in that first half, they scored to take the lead for the first time in the ball game. What was your thinking at the time that the lead flipped in their favor?
Just to stay humble and just stay the course. I just told the guys, make sure that we're not going to try to do too much to try to get ourselves out the ball game, and just stay the course and play football. So they did that. We got into that after the first half, and came in and gave my speech as I do each week. So the guys came back out, fire in their eyes, and and like I said, we just we just couldn't get it done at the end of the game.
One of the keys for them certainly is to play the quarterback, David Wright. It was difficult to pin down all game long for them. But in that first half, he rallied them, and they led at the intermission. We seem to have problems because of the scheme that they were running in terms of their pass routes. They were doing 4 or 5 little short outs to the receivers, and the receivers with nice runs after the catch really able to advance that football up the field. What was the message at halftime to try to settle that and get that contained?
Just told them just eye discipline. Our eyes was all over the place and tackling. That was the main thing, just tackling the receivers and getting off blocks. We didn't do that. We didn't do that well, and that's why I was trying to get those guys to just make sure that we was doing that in the second half. And we really didn't. I guess we did it at times, but when the time that it counted, we didn't.
That receiving core for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta, diminutive in size, but very, very quick in terms of runs after the catch. That seemed to pose a problem for us, as you referenced, in terms of locking them up on a tackle after the play. But that really gave them a lot of momentum, working off the fact that they at least showed that they were a little bit quicker in terms of the receivers catching and then running.
Yeah, they have some explosive guys on that side. Like you said, little speedy receivers, and they can take the ball off a bubble or a hitch or anything and just go 60 yards. And a couple of times they done that in the game Saturday. But like I said, we were just we got to rally to the ball and just make sure that we tackle in space. And we didn't do that well Saturday, and those guys got in the end zone a couple of times off of it.
They had the lead in that first half, and we rallied coming out of the third on a drive that was 11 plays and over 80 yards and 4 minutes off the clock, finished with that run again by Desmond Leverett to score a second touchdown of the ball game.
Yes, again, down in the red zone, we always harp on trying to get points, and we don't want 3, we want 6. So Desmond Leverett, again, wildcat formation, got in, actually ran into one of the H-backs and kept his balance and dove into the end zone for the touchdown. So he had a good game. He ran the ball hard, and actually, the other backs ran the ball hard as well. So, like I said, we got running backs by committee, and those guys doing well on the season.
That was such a momentum gainer for us, and we could just sense it with the broadcast and in the stands that the momentum had squarely shifted in our direction. But the Panthers come right back after that, and they get a big score to answer that on a Jamal Jones 68-yard pass, and that really kind of put us right back in that position of having to fight back from behind again when we were really had the momentum and they let it slip away right there on that pass.
Yeah, it did. O-line, they did a good job as well Saturday of containing, staying on blocks and giving the running backs room and open lanes to run the ball as well. So overall, I think the offense did a good job Saturday, and like I say, defense, we hit a bump in the road.
That bump in the road in that third quarter favored them, but when we got into the fourth, we were able to rally and rallied on a good drive that was capped off by a very, very strong run by Raekwon Bill, and Bill just willed his way into the end zone.
Yeah, he showed his athleticism then. He tucked his pads and ran through some blocks, but he did a crazy thing in the end zone. He took his helmet off. So, with that being said, that was a 15-yard penalty. Now we backed up, kicking the ball off, shortened the yardage for the offense to score. So I think they came out and scored in 4 plays. And like I say, it's just field position, winning field position. And we didn't do a good job of that. He should have just kept his helmet on and took it off on the sideline. But I really, chewed him out about it on the sideline because it was a stupid move for him.
Really cost us, as you referenced, on that next possession because that allowed them to play a short field, and they got a score as a result.
Yes.
But later in that fourth quarter, we answered again, though. This time it was through the air from Bill to his favorite receiver, Beckford.
Yeah, Quavon Beckford, he's been – this young man, like I say, he's been having shoulder problems all season. But when I say he is tough as nails. He fight through the pain, and as you see right there, he just caught an out route and just gave the defender a couple of moves and then just dove into the end zone. So his upside is amazing. He's explosive, and he's a gnat when the ball get in the air. He's going to track the ball and come down with it.
28 points for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. You would think that would have been enough to win that football game. But there were some issues. You referenced it on the defense. We'll talk more about that after the timeout. Second phase of the Golden Tigers coverage of the Aaron James Show after this break.
love the lake. It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Be the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
Greetings. I am Amari Christopher Hardy, the 66th Executive SGA President here at Tuskegee University. Stop what you're doing. Go to your phone, go to your computer, or go to the nearest monitor located near you and look up your voter registration status. And if you are registered to vote, then you must head to the polls on November 5th, 2024 to cast your vote for this primary election. And bring one, for we must be the change that we desire to see. In order to do that, we must have community. So again, on November 5th, 2024, we vote. TU.
Back live at Vibes Restaurant, getting set to talk a little defense with head coach Aaron James. But before we do that, a couple things we'll talk about before we get into that. One, to remind you about the Golden Athletic Celebration on Friday, November 8th from the Renaissance Hotel in Montgomery, Alabama. That's a prelude to homecoming 100th at Tuskegee University on Saturday. Make your plans to join us for a festive event on that Friday night from the Renaissance, and segue that into attending the football game on Saturday against the Golden Bears of Miles College. Some special things that we'll talk about at homecoming. We're going to talk to Athletics Director Reginald Ruffin about that as the show unfolds. But before we do that, just a couple things before we go into defense. Coach, just want to make sure we recognize this offensive unit for the Golden Tigers. Special thanks to Jordan Benson, our sports information director, for providing this information just so you can know the potency of this offense for the Golden Tigers. Just some of the stats we want to share with you. 4 TDs rushing in the ball game on Saturday. Team is 19th in fourth down conversion percentage in the country. That's 63.6%. 27th in the NC2A and second in the SIAC in passes intercepted with just 5 on the season, the least amount on the season. Team ranked 4th in Division II and then number 1 in the SIAC in red zone offense at 93.1% there. Ranked 3rd in the SIAC in passing offense, 198 yards per ball game. Second in rushing at 152 yards per ball game. And second in total offense with 349.8 yards per ball game. So the numbers for the offense really suggest the offense that if you saw an 0-3 start to where they are now, the numbers suggest a team that is constantly progressing and getting better on that side of the football. But, Coach, on Saturday, we were talking about just before the break, it was defense in this ball game that really made the difference. And it wasn't so much that our defense played poorly. It was more so that Clark Atlanta just seized the advantages that they had in that football game to give them the edge.
Yes, it was. Like I said, it was just moments in that game that the defense couldn't get off the field. And like I said, you got to win third downs, and we didn't win it. Like I said, it was 6 for 9 on third downs, and it was crucial moments in the last minutes of the game that we had them stopped. But David Wright one time just threw the ball up on the sideline, and my defender was looking at the ball instead of, walling the guy out of bounds. And the receiver went up and made a hell of a play on the ball and was able to come down with 1 foot in the inside. So that extended the play, got him a first down and extended the play, and still took some time off the clock as well. that was not in our favor.
Indeed, we talked about that play on air in terms of just that football seems to just floated up there for so long, and then none of our players really converged on it. Possible interception had they done that, but it just seemed to be frozen in time to lay that football in there. And then it was that big third down run by David Wright that really just allowed them to take advantage of that third down situation like we referenced. That was like third and
Yeah, it was
plus
third
10.
and yes, exactly. Coach Ken Watson called up a good stunt up front, and the defensive coverage as well. And Anthony Scott looped back around when he knew that the quarterback was stepping up in the pocket. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if David Wright had some oil or some on him, but Anthony Scott couldn't just get a grab of him. He just slid down, and David Wright just went up and got the first down. So, I mean, it's just things like that in the moments. It was like, I think it was like 5 minutes left in the game when that happened.
Big.
So just little things that happened at, at the pivotal point of the game that just gave them the edge on us.
Talking about Wright, and we witnessed that performance on Saturday and seen his numbers all season long. Coming into it, just hadn't really had a full idea about the quality he is in terms of quarterback. Just made some big plays for their offense in some critical moments that just really took us off track.
Yeah, he's a quarterback that like to extend plays. You keep him in the pocket. He's kind of antsy and the things of that nature that we saw on film all year. But when he gets out the pocket, he extends plays and he's still looking down the field to connect with his receivers. And like I said, he did that a couple of times Saturday and extended drives and everything. So we knew that going into the ball game that we had to keep him under control. And sometimes within the ball game, he slipped out and just made some plays.
They finished with 460 yards of total offense. Through the air, only 150. But this Saturday, they really flipped their own script and really did most of their damage on the ground.
Yes, they did. Like I say, with David Wright getting out the pocket, just getting a few rushing yards at times, and then the running back they had, he ended up gashing us a couple of times as well up the middle. So, like I said, they came in with a good game plan, and at times it worked, and then sometimes we was able to make some plays, but like I said, they made more plays than us in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you referenced the area that it really is evident, 6 of 9 as it relates to third down conversions. We'll take a break here. When we come back, we'll talk special teams, then wrap things up on this version of the Aaron James Coaches Show. A couple more things on tap for you as well as before we close the show out. Just ahead here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Fans, join the Tuskegee University Athletic Department as they host the Golden Athletics Celebration, a special event in honor of the university's centennial homecoming. The celebration will take place on November 8th, 2024, from 8 p.m. to midnight at the Renaissance Hotel in Montgomery. As part of the historic 100th homecoming, the Golden Athletics Celebration promises to be an unforgettable evening, featuring a live band, DJ, complimentary food, exciting giveaways, door prizes, and an open cash bar. The event will bring together alumni, fans, athletes, and supporters of Tuskegee's rich athletic legacy for a night of entertainment and celebration. Tickets for the celebration are priced at $135 and can be purchased through Tuskegee University Athletics Department website or by scanning the QR code on screen. Join us for a night to remember as we celebrate Tuskegee's athletic heritage and 100 years of excellence.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Greetings. I am Zanaya Sims, a senior pre-law political science major from Little Rock, Arkansas, currently serving as the executive judicial advisor. And why you should vote. Our ancestors fought tirelessly to vote. going through unimaginable obstacles to make sure that their voices were heard. Voting on November 5th, you will be able to protect your future and protect the ones that you love. Thank you.
We're back live here at Vibes Restaurant. Aaron James Coach's Show. Just talked a little bit about the defense, getting set to talk now about special teams for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. But before we leave the defense, a couple of numbers you can take away with you from tonight's show. Defense ranked atop the nation and in the SIAC in fourth down conversions, only at 10% conversions on fourth down. Second in the SIAC in first downs allowed at only 142 over the course of 9 games on any measure. That's a good, strong stat for that defense of the Golden Tigers. Third in Division II and first in the SIAC in red zone defense at 54.8%, and second in the SIAC in scoring defense, only allowing 20.2 points per ball game. So the numbers for the defense overall for the Golden Tigers, and coached by extension of that defense, talk a little bit about special teams. Got another block this weekend, and got some strong returns on kicks by Rodriguez-McGee to really set up the offense in a couple of good first down situations.
Yes, Roger McGee, he came in off an injury. He was banged up all season, and he came back strong. Like I said, he got a couple of returns that put us in great field position. And like I said, we've been always talk about field position, flipping the field and everything. So now he's able to get the offense a short field to work with for us going down and driving and score the ball. So he came out electric, and he saw the hole, and he made it happen.
On that block, that was a critical block for us to really kind of help us swing some momentum in that ball game. And I know we're one of the leaders in blocks as it relates to the conference and the nation. How important was that during the course of the ball game?
It was good. That momentum, anytime we always talk about it in practice, doing special teams, field goal and everything, thump, thump. So when we hear that thump, thump, you know it's a block. So those guys, they really put the work in to try to get to that ball and put a paw on it. So it happened Saturday, and like I said, we were still up 7-6 at the time. So my hat's off to that unit.
You talk about the unit, meaning the team overall. Mm-hmm. I know it's a disappointing loss for you in terms of that game against the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Mm-hmm. What was it like after the game, talking to the team and knowing that it was a big opportunity for us, but we're not quite able to finish the job there?
I just told them it hurts. I hate to lose, and they hate to lose as well. I just told them, don't put your head down. My head is going to be high, and that's how we're going to deal with it. And we just going to have to move on. Deal with this loss 24 hours and get ready and get prepared for our next opponent. So, within that game, at the end, when the field goal block team was on the field and they had a muff snap back there, our defender ran by the kick when he kicked the ball. So, when things like that play out in the game, it's kind of you're looking at it like, okay, it's going to be a long, it's going to be a long game. Sure. So, but yeah, that happened, and I was expecting for another thump to make us, get the ball back as well, and actually maybe try to scoop and score to get us, the lead in the game. So it didn't happen.
Yeah, and they capped things off with that field goal at the end of the ball game. Mm-hmm. So offensively, defensively, and special teams, Golden Tigers got to take that show into Abbott Memorial Stadium on Saturday at homecoming against the Golden Bears of Miles College. We'll take a break. We'll talk to A.D. Ruffin. When we come back, we'll talk to you to close things out and get your thoughts about the Golden Tigers and the Golden Bears of Miles College at homecoming 100th for the Golden Tigers. That's just ahead here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hello, Tuskegee fans. I'm Lawrence Tony Haygood, Mayor of the historic city of Tuskegee, Alabama, and this is Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Rivals, us versus them, survival. We must win, it's tribal. My team like Ken, by any means necessary. One head-to-head with adversaries. Nothing is given, so we gotta take it. It's
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. Fans, mark your calendars for a monumental event. Tuskegee University will celebrate the 100th homecoming this year on November 9th, 2024. Join us on Saturday inside Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium as the Golden Tigers take on the Miles Golden Bears with kickoff set for a 1 p.m. start time. Be sure to come out early, wear your crimson and gold, and help us make this homecoming one for the history books. We'll see you there.
We are back live at Vibes Restaurant here in Tuskegee, Alabama. And joining us on the set now, Athletics Director of Tuskegee University, A.D. Reginald Ruffin. A.D., thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Charles, for having me.
What's the A.D. eating tonight?
So we've been popcorn, chicken wings, fries. So been light today.
Hey, staples of life. Speaking of staples, a program that's celebrating its 100th homecoming this weekend, the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee University. It's a big weekend for the program and the university. Talk to us a little bit about it.
Well, anytime you get an opportunity to celebrate 100 years, I know I probably won't get a chance to celebrate it again.
Keep eating the wings, you will. Yeah.
But 100 years, and you just think about all the alums coming back home, 100 years, what we have accomplished here at Tuskegee, pillars in the community, and then you look at the contribution to society that Tuskegee has made, being a part of Tuskegee or Tuskegee Institute or Tuskegee University. So pilots,
Sure.
architect, doctors, lawyers. So we're very excited, very proud for our alums, for a great university. So for me, I'm just the athletic director, just trying to be a great servant to the people, servant to our community. And so we're excited that it's the 100 year. Dr. Brown has did an amazing job, coming on board, being an alum. His initiative of Student First, he's really put that in motion, and just with our cabinet and our administration to focus point on our students. So it's very important. But it's homecoming,
Sure.
100 years. So, it's going to be packed. Get your tickets. Nothing is free. You got to pay for your tickets. So we need to be able to do the things that we're doing, upgrading our facilities that you see going on at Tuskegee. So.
Talk about it from the logistics challenge from you and your staff as a department to deal with so many people converging on Abbott Memorial Stadium on one day, beginning with the parade and all the way through that Saturday.
Well, we have done a great job, in our administration, Dr. Brown, Dr. Samuels with our homecoming logistics. Now, let me tell you something. For 2 consecutive weeks, we have been meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning. Every day.
Sure.
Even Friday, going to Atlanta. So they're really getting everything, running the script, running the game plan of how it's supposed to look, when everyone coming back, everyone's coming home to homecoming. And, we want to make sure the parking is correct. We want to make sure, all the activities, all the events are all on point. And then, then it's a football game. Celebrate our football game, celebrate our team. Cheering them on the victory, but having the rival Miles College come in town, which is no stranger. Myself, of course, being a former coach, athletic director there, and then just coming here to a great atmosphere. With our Golden Tigers, and so we're excited. Just having homecoming. And then, Coach Comagee is coming back,
Sure.
And Coach Slater, those guys going to be here. We're celebrating, honoring those guys on Friday and Saturday morning at the breakfast. So it's a big weekend, big homecoming game. So a lot at stake. with Coach James, I was always taught you got to win homecoming.
Sure.
You got to win homecoming. You don't win anything else, you better win homecoming.
You got to win that one, right?
Because, everybody's always fired up about homecoming, so you got to win homecoming.
And this one's such a special event for Tuskegee University that there's been designated apparel for the 100th celebration of homecoming. Why don't you do the honors?
Well, Dr. Brown came in, and it's an all-white affair, so make sure you got your white T-shirt, white jersey. So he wanted everybody to be in white because it's it's a white out. And so for us, getting the chance to raise the endowment, continue to put the funds that's needed into the endowment, supporting the university. So Dr. Brown came up with the greatest, I call it invention of the jersey, the 100th centennial jersey. So, make sure our fans see that Dr. Brown, he created this, the jersey, and we like our title sponsor or our sponsor BSN Sports for designing that jersey, and so we're excited about having the opportunity. So, and we're selling these as well. The development office has it online. Miss Harrington with the development office, Miss Kim Holland with our alumni affairs. And then you turn around and, we have the Golden Celebration Friday night at the hotel, so we'll be selling it as well during the game Saturday, so on the yard Friday afternoon. So just pick up your jersey, support the endowment, support athletics. So we're very excited for our fans.
It's a big day for Tuskegee University and for Tuskegee Athletics. A.D. Ruffin, thanks so much for joining us, running things down for us.
Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you.
Take another break here. When we come back, Coach James back talking about the contest against the Golden Bears of Miles College at Homecoming 100th on Saturday at Alumni Abbott Stadium on the campus. Just ahead here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen. Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes.
Willie Streeter here, owner of Vibes Restaurant and Lounge in Tuskegee, Alabama. Also the host of the Aaron James Coaches Show. And this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Final segment of the Aaron James Coaches Show from Vibes Restaurant here in Tuskegee, Alabama on a Monday evening. Coach, you heard A.D. Ruffin talk about the ball game against the Golden Bears on Saturday at Homecoming. Always good for the head coach to win at Homecoming. You meet a nemesis in the Golden Bears of Miles College team that has beaten us 4 out of the last 5 times we played. What's the key to turning things around on Saturday?
Stay in the course. That's it. Just stay in the course.
Sure.
Hey, stay
How did
in
I
the
know
course.
that was coming?
I know. Hey, that's what we got to do. We got to stay the course and just make sure that we are doing everything right. Like I spoke earlier about it. It's homecoming. It's homecoming week, and there's going to be a lot of festivities and everything going on. The guys just gotta stay focused and know what's at stake this weekend. Like you said, we can't lose homecoming. Homecoming is very important. Like you said, you got all the alumni coming back and everything. So looking to watch an exciting game and also tailgate and everything. But like I say, for us, the team, we we're going to celebrate after homecoming. So,
How do you keep them kind of locked down and focused with so many things going on around on the campus?
I'm still trying to figure that out. But just making sure that we keep a task on them and just like I said, just talk to them and just let them know the significance of the game and its importance of the game. And the ones that's going to lock in, we already know who they are, and it's going to have to be a team effort.
Well, we hope it will be a team effort that results in a win for the Golden Tigers on Saturday at homecoming against the Golden Bears at Miles College. Coach, we'll see you Monday after the Golden Tiger win.
Thank you.
Head coach Aaron James, this is his show, the Aaron James Coaches Show, live from Bob's Restaurant. That'll do it for this edition. But back here on Monday for another edition after the ball game on Saturday. Make sure you join us right here at Bob's Restaurant. If you haven't joined us throughout the year, make it your business to come down, enjoy some good food and good laughter and friends, and talk Tuskegee football. That'll be here on the Aaron James Show on Monday from Bob's Restaurant. Till then, we'll see you at the ballpark on Saturday on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.